Please take a second, pause the video, and read this disclaimer. Today we're taking a look at the plank to single arm pike. Now, as always, you shouldn't be performing any exercises unless you've been cleared by a medical professional to do so. Now, in order to accomplish the movement, you're going to do exactly what you're about to see. You're going to push through the left arm, reaching with the right hand towards the left foot, and you're going to be pushing through the shoulder. This is a shoulder and core movement. That means I'm pushing through the ground with my left arm all the way up into my left shoulder blade to create this A-frame shape that you see here while reaching for my left foot. To come out, back to plank, and then switch. Left hand towards the right foot. Now, this is a very complex movement with a lot of moving parts, a lot of things that are going to demand your focus. One, you're going to have to make sure you're not dropping the hips too far. Two, you have to make sure consistently that you're pushing through the palm, through the elbow, up into the shoulder, and into the back in order to recruit the right muscles. And of course, your hips, your core, and your back are all going to play a role in this as well. But this is primarily intended to be a closed chain shoulder exercise, at least how I'm demonstrating it here. It's intended to use your shoulder flexion range of motion and extension range of motion in order to accomplish a task with your body using your own body weight. Now, let's take a look at this from a different angle. So starting out from this angle, now you can see a lot more of that shoulder range of motion and that scapulothoracic rhythm having to take place here in order for this movement to be accomplished. You can also see how my hips are moving a little bit side to side to accomplish this task because, again, of how tight my hamstrings are. So again, I'm pushing through my hand, through my elbow, through my shoulder, all the way up and into my shoulder blade, and then reaching with the opposite hand towards my foot in order to accomplish this task. I'm using a lot of shoulder stabilizers. I'm using my deltoids, I'm using my triceps, I'm using my middle and lower trap, I'm using my pecs. I'm using a lot of muscles here to accomplish this task, but really functionally what it's doing is helping to establish a normal range of motion and control through that range of motion for my shoulder, and also engaging those scapular or those periscapular muscles, the ones that are around the scapula, around the shoulder blades. All of this to produce a normal human range of motion and movement, which is just pushing my body away from the ground and trying to touch my toes. This is one of those top of the pyramid is what I like to call it movements, where if you imagine a pyramid where the bottom is like very fundamental, simple, easy things like a tricep extension or a bicep curl, you build your way up to the pyramid where you're able to accomplish these very complex movements like this, where you're able to recruit all of those muscles through their range of motion with control to accomplish a task. And I know that's not really everyone's forte. Not everyone really wants to be able to touch their toes from a plank position like this. But the truth is that the older that I get, the more I see the importance and priority I should be placing on mobility and controlling my body through the range of motion that it has. So anyway, this has been the planked single arm pike. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and give me suggestions on what movements you would like to see next. I'll catch you all in the next video.